All right, guys. Sunday, May 12th, Mother's Day, MMAOB Daily Podcast. We're going to preview UFC Vegas 92, Barboza Murphy. We just recapped UFC St. Louis versus Nascimento. They had to put it, by the way, we didn't even talk about that, but they had to put a guy named Lewis on the St. Louis card, right?
Yeah.
Now, we don't have anyone named Vegas in the UFC, I don't think. So we got Barboza and Murphy, though. So pretty good main event here. We got, I think it's 12 fights, right? If I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 12 fights on this card. So standard card. Just your overall, we get into it.
It's one of the less attractive
Apex
cards. One of the less attractive Apex cards.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know,
I agree with you. I agree. This card's pretty weak. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but it's kind of a weak card. You know, not the best one. Yeah, a couple of comments from this guy, Big Marcel 24. Who's that guy? Who is that guy?
Yeah, what a punk. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
What's up, Antoine? Get it, boys. Sorry I missed the first podcast. No worries, man. You go back and watch the recap. It was fun. But yeah, I say we get into it, Marcel. Again, we use UFCstats.com for the order. We'll go 1 to 12, or 12 to 1, I should say. Start from the bottom, work way up. All right, we'll go for the first fight. It is Vanessa Demopoulos taking on Emily Ducote, women's strawweight division. Odds for this one, we have Ducote minus 310, favorite, Demopoulos plus 250. Yeah, I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it'll be somewhat competitive. I think the odds are a little inflated here, man. Minus 310 seems a little hefty on Ducote, who hasn't been, world beater in the UFC. She's 2-2, so she's a 500 fighter. It seems like a lot. At the same time, Demopoulos, what's her record is 4-2. So a little slightly better, but I think she's been a little bit lucky in some of these judges' decisions too. At the same time, seems to have a style the judges like for whatever reason. It to me is a striker grappler matchup. That's what I look at it as, and I think Ducote's the better striker, and she should be able to keep the fight standing. So theoretically, she should win the fight. But at the same time, Marcel, she's got that dog in her, dude, and she does make it a tough fight usually. So I'm staying away from it, dude, because I think it could be a fight where the judges get involved most likely, and they could fuck it up. So I'll pass. I'll take Ducote by decision. I'm pretty sure this fight goes to decision. I'll say that. But I think Ducote will get it done. I'm not confident enough to lay minus 310. I actually think Demopoulos potentially could win like a split decision here. So what do you think?
Yeah, man. Demopoulos has so many split decision wins that she actually shouldn't have won. It's actually crazy, man. I think, like you said, it's a striker versus grappler matchup. It's kind of a hard fight to pick, in my opinion, because I feel like both girls can do well here, but at the same time, this also kind of feels like a split decision. And let's go the other way this time, man. I'm taking Emily Ducote to win here. I think she will win at least 2 of the 3 rounds, but she has to try to keep it standing, pretty much, in my opinion. But yeah, who did you pick again?
Ducote by decision.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I'm with you there.
I just think the odds are a little inflated. Minus 310 seems high. Figure the code despite what Dan said, yeah, for sure. So that's the person at UFC 300. Didn't know she was that sexy, dude. She's a former stripper, and they talked about it in Dana White Contender Series. Remember, they were all over that. So, yeah, she's definitely she's an attractive woman for sure. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. We have Alatengheili taking on Kleydson Rodrigues, and the odds for this one, Marcel, Rodrigues is favored minus 160. Where is it? Minus 155, plus 130 on Alatengheili. I'll get you to start in this one.
No, you go first in this one.
I think it's another competitive fight, to be honest with you. I think this is another fight that can kind of go either way. Rodrigues, I guess it should be Rodrigues because he's Brazilian.
Yeah.
I should say Rodrigues. I got to get it right. He's a pretty good striker. We saw that, that knockout win over Shannon Ross, but I don't know what that means. The other 2 fights, CJ Vergara fight was a competitive fight that he lost, and it was, a fight where he was supposed to win. He was a big favorite and lost a split decision. And the fight with Piera Basharat was not a good look. He got taken down and submitted pretty fast. So not sure what to think about this guy anymore. And then Alatengheili, what's his record? 4-3, 4-2-1 actually in the UFC. So to be honest, he's probably done a little better than I think we expected going into the UFC. He's pretty well rounded. I think that win over Chad and Hellinger is kind of looking a lot better now, right? In hindsight, Chad's not a bad fighter and he beat him pretty easily. So that win's looking better. He did lose his last fight to Gutierrez, the striking fighter, got kicked. Beaten up. No surprise there. For me, Marcel, this is a fight where I kind of think the dog can win, to be honest with you. So I guess, I don't know, do you have the button ready? You have a button?
Nope.
get something ready because I'm gonna probably lean towards the dog here. I think it's a competitive fight, but I also feel like Alatengheili can grapple him and grind out a win here, grind out a shitty like decision, like not the most exciting decision, but a decision nonetheless. So that's my pick. Gotta fade Rodrigues because I don't know, man. For whatever reason, I can't buy this guy as a favorite right now, and he's been disappointing to me in the UFC personally. I think he's been disappointing. So you have anything to? Boom, there you go. What's your pick?
I'm also on Alatengheili here, man.
Says his dog. There we go.
Yeah. I feel like, listen, man, Kleydson Rodrigues, yeah, he looked great against Shannon Ross, but who didn't, you know? And overall, he's not a bad fighter, but I feel like I underestimated Alatengheili for a lot of times already, you know? And I feel like Alatengheili wins most of the fights against guys he's supposed to win against. And I feel like the Chad and Halliger win now looks a lot better. Like, I think you just said that as well, you know? Alatengheili for me, decision win for the guy from China. Yeah.
There we go. We have the same pick. Talking about Vanessa. Yeah, she did. I think her dad. That's awkward, but yeah. On the field, doesn't post thirst traps. I guess she's already done it in person. There you go. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. We got Piera Rodrigues taking on Ariane Carnelossi, making a return to the octagon. Piera Rodrigues is favored here, minus 175. Ariane Carnelossi, plus 145. Marcel, I'll let you start on this one. Who do you think?
Yeah, so it a little bit depends. You know, Ariane has been out for a pretty long time. Last time in 2022, she had some knee problems. You know, she comes back now. She's like fucking yoked, man. She's like super.
I know.
Like yeah. She's very looks very strong. Piera Rodrigues. I feel like she's not bad. You know, at the same time, I also feel like. She's not like I don't see her reaching a top 10 or something, you know what I mean? But the same goes for Ariane Carnelossi, to be really honest. She lost to Gillian Robertson last time out with that armbar, which she said she didn't tap or whatever, you know. Before that, two good wins on the UFC against Kay Hansen, against Sam Hughes. That Sam Hughes win kind of looks good now, you know. I think Sam Hughes is doing pretty well in the UFC, although she lost her last fight against Lucindo. No, against your Horegi, sorry, both Yasmins. Yeah. I'm picking Carnelossi here, man. I think she can get the finish. Actually, I'm going with the ground and pound.
She is a dog too, so you might as well hit the button. Or
yeah, let's go again. I think I have a lot of dogs on this card, by the way.
Do you? Okay. All right, hit it for me too, man. We have another consensus dog. Crazy. Yeah, I'm taking her too, dude. I just think the size and strength is going to play here.
Yeah,
I think she'll be able to take Rodrigues down and hold her on the ground and beat her up. And the layoff is the concern, because if she wasn't on the layoff, I think she should be favored here. Rodrigues, I don't know, man. She's been a little disappointing to me, Marcel. I got to be honest with you. You know, squeaks by Kay Hansen.
Feel the same way.
She beats Sam Hughes, which, you know, I guess looks a little better now, but Sam Hughes is not anything special. And then Jillian Robertson kind of washed her on the ground. So I kind of feel like on the ground, you know, Carnelossi, I mean, let's be honest, like she's been, you know, up and down too, but you know, the fighters she lost to are ranked. So I don't know. And then she's obviously strong as fuck. She's also a finisher. Trains with I remember I saw her in the cage a few weeks ago with Jean Matsumoto, and I was like, oh, that's her again. Yeah. And they announced the fight. So or maybe it was a few months ago, and I can't remember, but yeah, so she got the fight booked. And I think she can win this fight too. I think she'll be able to get the fight to the ground and kind of just wear on Piera and maybe get a finish, if not, you know, a decision. But I like the money line here. I'll take Carnelossi by I don't know the method, actually, to be honest with you. I think she could win decision or stoppage, but I like her at plus 145 here. I think the odds are a little off, so I'll take her. I was also Sam Hughes for training for this. That's true. Yeah. Sam's better now for sure. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Abus Magomedov taking on Warlley Alves, and the odds for this one have Abus favored minus 270, Warlley plus 220. Dude, it sucks because I've been such a big Warlley Alves fan ever since he came to the UFC from Ultimate Fighter back in the day, Ultimate Fighter Brazil. But I mean, at this point in his career, you can't pick this guy to win a fight. It's just hard to. He's lost three straight fights. He hasn't won a fight in over 3 years. He's got bad cardio. He's chinny. He's fighting at a weight class I don't think he should be at middleweight. I think he should be at welterweight too. I know Abus has been disappointing. He's looked pretty bad in his last two fights, but you know, I think looking back at it, those are not bad losses either to Caio Borralho and Sean Strickland. Those are top 10 guys, top 15 guys. So a former champ, in fact. So to me, it's a guy that's on the decline against the guy the UFC kind of wants to build back up here. And I think Abus will get the win. I'm going to take Abus by knockout first round. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I feel the same way, man. Shout out James Lynch, Abus Magomedov. I think first round knockout, I'm going as well. I feel like Alves, like you said, is not in the right weight class. And Abus needs a win. And I think if he wins, he will do it early. So I'm also going with Abus Magomedov by knockout. So we're at the same page there.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. Next fight is Tamires Vidal taking on Melissa Gatto. And this is at bantamweight. So Gatto moving up in weight on short notice, Marcel, which is something to keep in mind. Yet she is a huge favorite here, minus 410, plus 320 on Vidal. So Gatto is the second biggest favorite in the card behind Tom Nolan. The odds are a little hefty, man. I got to be honest with you. They seem really high to me. I am going to pick Gatto, though, because I don't really trust Vidal anymore. I think she's kind of one of those first-rounder bus fighters, it seems like. I think Gatto could win a decision here, but minus 410 is high. It's just like that first fight with Ducote and Demopoulos. These are huge numbers for these women. I think you have a lot of women's fights in this card. You're gonna have multiple upsets in the women's fights. There's 5 women's fights. Yeah, you're gonna have at least 2 or 3 upsets, if not more. So this is one where I could see an upset, but I'm gonna lean towards the favorite slightly, Gatto. But I think she should be like a minus 200 favorite, not minus 400. So I think I'll take her by decision. What do you think?
Yeah, man, Tamires Vidal against Miranda Cosgrove's stun double. Yeah, I mean, Vidal, she had a good win against Ramona Pascal in her UFC debut, but after that, I don't think the Montserrat Rondon was a great fight, you know. Gatto, she goes up in weight. By the way, Antoine thinks the same as me here. Yeah, I'm also picking Gatto. I think the odds are a little high as well, but I'm not picking Tamires Vidal here. I'm going with Gatto decision. I should say I'm going with Miranda Cosgrove to win one and getting back that win, or now finally getting that win inside the cage after losing to Shelby Marks, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. We have Antonio Trocoli, Mackenzie Dern's former boyfriend, taking on Oumar C. or C, you know?
Huh?
His last name.
Yeah.
Oumar. How do you pronounce it?
C?
C, yeah. All right, so Oumar is the favorite, minus 265. Antonio, plus 215. Oumar should win, right? I mean, he's a big favorite here. He's a beast of a prospect. Trocoli's taking the fight on short notice, filling in for Rodolfo Bellato. Trocoli hasn't fought in 3 years. He was suspended for PEDs. He's been out for a long time. He is a pretty good grappler. I mean, we saw him. I think he did win by submission on Contender before it got overturned, right?
Yeah.
He has quite a bit of experience. He's been a pro for a while. I just don't know what to think about this guy right now. I mean, again, he hasn't fought in 3 years. And then C has been, fighting a lot. Since his last fight, I think he's fought 5 times. So, he's a beast. He's striking submissions. I think he finishes Trocoli. What do you think?
Yeah, by the way, Trocoli, I think he's training now with Glover Teixeira's and Alex Pereira's
camp. Okay.
And so that's good on him. But
absolutely.
At the same time, I'm picking C here. C has looked good so far, what I've seen from him. I've seen from him. Yeah. Trocoli hasn't fought a lot, man, the last couple of years. I think he fought twice in 4 years or something, and maybe that's already a lot. So, actually twice in 5 years. So it's been a long time since he had a decent streak. UFC signed him actually last year to fight OSP, I think, but that fight didn't happen. Now he's back. I'm going with C. I think C finishes him as well. I'm going with a knockout win in the second round for Oumar C.
There we go. So we have the same pick there. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. We have Victor Martinez, not the former baseball player, but the MMA fighter, taking on Tom Nolan. And like I said earlier, Tom is the biggest favorite in the card. He is minus 470. Victor plus 360. I mean, listen, Tom's coming off that terrible knockout loss to Nicholas Mata, which was surprising to me, but Victor Martinez got knocked out by Jordan Levitt, dude. I can never pick this guy. There's no way. So that's an auto fade, and I think everyone's thinking the same thing. I'm taking Tom Nolan. I mean, this is a quick breakdown, but I have to pick Tom Nolan by knockout. I have to. First round knockout. What do you think?
Problem is, Tom Nolan, in my opinion, just got hella cocky against Nicholas Moda. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And that's why he didn't have any defense, and he got knocked out. I think he learned from that. Tom Nolan, pretty big prospect. Fighting Victor Martinez. Martinez is, I think he's an okay fighter. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, who gets knocked out by Levitt? I mean, yeah, that doesn't look good. I'm also on Nolan here. I think Nolan gets a finish. Shout out Nolan King, by the way. But I think Tom Nolan gets a finish here. I'm going with first round TKO for Tom Nolan to avenge his debut.
yeah, I think so too. By the way, is that the opening main card fight or the last prelim? Do you know?
That's the last prelim.
Okay, so five fight main card
Yeah.
this week. Okay, all right, we'll go then opening up fight on the main card, and we have the women. This is the fifth women's fight in the card. We have Luana Pinheiro taking on Angela Hill. Odds for this one: Angela Hill minus 155, Pinheiro plus 130. I like Angela Hill in this fight, man. I think she wins the decision. She just does what she does. She's going to out volume Pinheiro. She's going to have the better cardio. She has more experience. She's got a better chin. Pinheiro's coming off a bad lockout loss to Hibas, surprising. And to be honest with you, man, I don't think she beat Waterson Gomez either. She's been a little disappointing in the UFC. You know, I haven't been completely impressed with her. And Hill, you know, for all her faults, man, she just keeps coming back and getting wins when you don't expect them, like against Denise Gomes in her last fight. So I think she'll get the job done here, dude. I like her quite a bit. Minus 155 is a good line on her, I think. I think she wins the decision. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I feel the same way, actually. I feel the same way. I feel like Hill is listen, man. Hill lost so many split decision, close decisions that people are like, oh, there's Hill again. But Hill makes it almost competitive with everybody, you know what I mean? At the same time, Luana, I think she's a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but she hasn't impressed me so far in the UFC. I also picked Ribas against her. She had a good first round against Amanda, but then she faded. Yeah, for me, Hill all the way. I wouldn't even surprise if she finishes her, but I'm going with a decision win for Angela Hill here.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. We got Adrian Yanez taking on Vinicius Salvador. Yanez is a big favorite too, minus 360 plus 285 in Vinicius. I'm taking Yanez to bounce back and get a win. I'll take him by knockout, actually. Vinicius has looked terrible in the UFC. I know he's shown some durability, but I just don't trust the guy. I think the UFC still likes Yanez. They want him to bounce back here, and you know the losses are not that bad. Martinez and Font are both good fighters. They're ranked. They're not bad fighters by any means. I think that he's going to bounce back here and get a win, get back in the win column with a knockout. So really like Yanez in this fight. He's a big favorite, but I think it's kind of justified, to be honest with you, despite the last couple of losses. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think he gets a first round finish, to be honest. You know, I think Adrian has had a tough year last year with losses against Fonda Martinez, but this is pretty much no disrespect to Salvador. Salvador goes up in weight class, and this is a fight where Yanez has to win. You know, let's be honest. If he loses this one, it kind of looks bad for him, I think. This is a fight he should win any day, in my opinion. So, Adrian Yanez by TKO first round is my pick.
Yep, we got the same pick there too. All right, we'll go to the next fight here. We got the welterweights as Themba Gorimbo takes on Ramiz Brahmaj. Themba's a big favorite here too. He's minus 180. Actually, not that big of a favorite. Minus 185 plus 154 Ramiz. I like Themba though, Marcel. I think that Themba is going to be able to grapple his way to a win here. That fight with Court McGee really stands out in my mind with Ramiz. He just got taken down again and again and again. And I feel like that Themba could do the same thing. To be honest with you, I think you just take him down, grind him out, and win a decision probably. That's what I'm thinking happens here. What do you think?
Ooh. I'm picking Ramiz here. I think Ramiz has a better ground game than Themba has, to be honest. You know, I think it's the submission offense is really good. You know, Themba might take him down, but I think Ramiz catch him in something. I think Themba, if he wants to win, he has to keep it standing, to be honest, you know. I'm picking Ramiz, man, and Themba will hate it if he hears this, but I love Themba. He knows that, but I'm being honest. I think Ramiz catches him with the submission first or second round. I'm going first round submission for Ramiz.
There you go. All right, so you got a dog pick there. Another dog coming from Marcel. Well, the next fight here, we get the co-main event. Carlston Harris taking on Chaos Williams. Odds for this one, Chaos minus 135, Carlston Harris plus 114. I'll let you start in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, so Chaos Williams is kind of a really inconsistent fighter in my opinion. He won his last one against Rolando Bedoya in a fight I thought he lost. To be honest, he got the win by split decision. I still think he lost that fight. He got some good wins, man, against Miguel Baeza. He got a good win over Semmelsberg, I remember, and everybody knows his first 2 wins over Alex Morono and Abdul Razak Al Hassan within a half a minute, both by knockout. At the same time, man, he just hasn't convinced me so far. If you look at Carlston Harris, a lot of a lot of experience. Is fighting for a long time already. He's from Guyana, but I think he's living in Brazil. He was on this losing way against Jeremiah Wells, but I don't know where I got that anaconda choke, which is one of his favorites, and he put Wells away. Dude, I think Chaos does well in the beginning, but I think Harris catches him with a submission, man. Again, I think I'm going with Harris submission second round, and I know it's a dog pick, so I have to go with a dog again. So here you go.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like this is one of the hardest fights in the card to call. I think this fight can go either way. I don't blame you at all for taking Carlston Harris. For me, I'm a little bit higher on Chaos Williams the most. I think he's a really good fighter. He hasn't fought in a while. I think he kind of gets forgotten about, but I think he's a really solid fighter. I know he's coming off kind of a close loss to Rolando, but I also feel like he beat Randy Brown too. So, it's close. It's a tough one to call. KS to me, I think he's just a better striker, and he'll keep the fight standing. But again, if it goes to the ground, he could be in trouble against Carlston for sure. Carlston's nasty on the ground. We know that. Anaconda choke's nasty. He's done it twice now, so he could win. I wouldn't touch this fight with a 10-foot pole either, dude. But I'll take Chaos Williams. Probably. Let me see here. Ooh, decision or knockout? I'm not sure. I gotta see 1 second. Let me look at Carlston's record. I want to see if he's been how his other losses are, because I know he got knocked out by Shavkat, but I don't hold it against him. His losses 2 by knockout, 3 by decision. I guess I'll lead decision a little bit. Yeah, I'm leaning a little bit towards the decision, but it should be a really competitive fight. I could see it going either way, and I don't blame you taking a dog pick at all. All right, last fight here. We got Edson Barboza taking on Lerone Murphy, 5-round featherweight bout, main event. Murphy's favorite, -162. Barboza +136. I'm taking the miracle, dude. Lerone Murphy. I have to take him, Marcel. Listen, Barboza's a legend. I would call him a legend. I know maybe that we talked about that term being thrown around, but I consider him one because to me he's one of the best strikers ever lived. But at the same time, he has pulled off 2 straight upsets, so it's been amazing to watch. But I still don't trust his chin completely, dude. I still think he can get knocked out. He got dropped a couple times against Giga, against Bryce Mitchell. He's been dropped a lot in his career, and Murphy's got serious power too. While Sadiq gassed out, I don't think Murphy will. I think Murphy's going to keep going, and I think Murphy will eventually finish him. So it's a huge spot for Murphy. He's got to win this fight to take that next step in his career, and I think he'll get it done. So give me Lerone Murphy, Marcel, by a knockout. What do you think? Ooh, another dog.
So I'm going with Edson Barboza, man. I kind of see this going the same way as the Yusuf fight, to be honest. I know you said Murphy probably not going to guess, but I think Edson Barboza technique is more technical, in my opinion, sure. Murphy had already difficulties with the Gabriel Santos guy, which is a fight he should have lost, The Koulibaly fight last time was good, but you saw Koulibaly is also maybe not what we thought he was. Listen, Murphy, good fighter, undefeated guy, can win the fight, definitely, but I have more trust in Edson Barboza. It's a 5-rounder. Edson has fought many 5-rounders. He knows how to fight these 5-rounders. For me, Edson Barboza, man, I think he wins the decision. So, I'm picking the Brazilian here to get this third straight win. God damn it, that was hard. Yeah, third straight win.
There you go. How much longer do you think the run is a prime? He's 32, right? So I think he's got a few years for sure.
Yeah.
Santos was the greatest 0-2 player of all time. Which Santos do you talking about?
Gabriel.
Yeah, he's a beast. All right, that's it for UFC Vegas 92. Let's go to Bellator really quick, Marcel. Just do a really quick.
By the way, I got a little news here.
Yep.
Now I finally got it, so I can tell it. So the fight between Arlovski against Martin Budai was on June 15. That is now on June 29 on the Conor Chandler card. So,
really?
Changed the date.
Awesome. Good job, man. Breaking some news here for us on the podcast. All right, we'll go to Bellator really quick. I don't think there's odds for it yet. No, there is odds. They dropped them. Okay, so really quick, Marcel, I don't want to spend much time on this. I know you're more into the Bellator thing than me, and you have your Bellator. You still do the Bellator Zone podcast?
Yeah. Oh, that's probably this week. Yeah.
No. We'll just really quickly go through it. Patchy mixed minus 275 over Magomedov. I like Patchy to win. I think you do too.
Yeah.
Costello Vancinas minus 250 over Gregory Babini. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think it's Baban.
Baban. I like Costello.
Yeah, me too.
Cedric Doumbé minus 550 over Jalil. I think Cedric wins for sure.
I'm not sure, but we'll see.
I'm
not as high as Cedric as a lot of people are.
Fair enough, but I mean, if you want to take a shot on Jalil plus 400, there's some other fights in the card worth mentioning. Jonas Bellerino, he used to fight in Contender. He's Yves Landry. He's a favorite minus 120. Archie Coughlin is minus 600 against Thibaut Gauthier. You got Aspen Ladd minus 165 against Shakalova. You also have Mansour Barnaoui minus 400 in his fight, and then what's the other guy that's worth mentioning? Slim minus 500 in his fight. Anything else that stands out to you on this card, really quick?
Not really. You pretty much say the names I thought about. The Slim Trabalsi guy. I'm curious to see how he does. Doumbé is interesting, of course. Obviously, the mixed Magomedov fight is very interesting, and for us personally here in the Netherlands, obviously Costello and Steenis. So yeah. Did you guys talk about Holland going to middleweight? Yeah, we did in the last show. I think we did. Shortly.
Yeah, we did. And I'm not sure what is this. I don't know about that decision, but regardless,
or maybe we did off the record. I think we did off the record, man, because
we talked a little bit after the podcast finished really quick. But when I was getting the other one ready, I can't remember. Do you guys think 303? Oh, sorry. You want to finish the podcast?
Yeah. So I said like maybe it's like I lost the last two fights at welterweight. Why should I cut back to 170 if I'm not gonna go to top 10 or whatever? So maybe it's like I'm going back to 185. I have no idea. I'm just talking for thinking out loud.
Yeah. Do you guys think 303 will be super stock international fight week? No, it's Connor and then everything else.
They know the card will sell because Conor Chandler is on the card. So
what's the co-main event right now? What is it?
Yeah, it's Khalil against Jamal Hill.
Yeah, that's a good fight too, though.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Yeah. All right, I think let's end the podcast a little early, Marcel. I think this last question. Do you like Waldo and Ty? Sure, why not?
Why not?
Actually, why not just do Ty and Rebellas? Fuck, why not?
Yeah.
Either works. All right, Marcel, let's get out of here. I gotta get on with my day. I gotta go my softball game soon. Appreciate you guys joining us. Yeah. The Mother's Day edition of the podcast. Thanks again. We'll be back next Monday.
That's a good segue,
right? It's a good segue, huh? Yeah. Anyways, we'll be back next Monday. We'll break down. We'll actually just recap this card, and then there's a week off. So, and we did call Rebels fight. Thanks again, Antoine, for that. Thought they put Bo Nick on the card. Me too, but I guess they're taking a little break from him. All right, guys, have a great week. Talk to you guys soon. Good luck with your bets. Peace.